Alright, so this is a review on the album Money Can't Buy Happiness by Fredo. The artwork is very interesting. It is of Fredo doing his thing. Well, he's there somewhere doing something. I don't know. He just looks unhappy. Get it? Money can't buy happiness, despite all the money that he's receiving. Alright. Um, there's only 11 tracks on here. So there's Biggest Mistake, Back to Basics, Spaghetti, Ready featuring Summer Walker, Money Talks featuring Dave, Do You Right, then there's Burner on Deck featuring Pop Smoke and Young Ads, then there's I Miss, then there's Blood in My Eyes, then there's Aunt's Place, then What Can I Say? Now, I like the features on here. They're not that many features, but there are features on here, so I can respect that. And yeah, this was executively produced by Dave. I believe Dave and Fredo were a great combination. They were the first artists, or I say artists, first rappers in the UK, believe it or not, that got a UK number one with a rap song. Now you may be thinking, what about Tiny Temper? Or no, he didn't do straight rap. Do you get it? So all that talk about him, number one this and blah blah. No, you didn't. He didn't do straight rap. That's not me dissing him, because he fair play to what he's achieved. Don't ever get it twisted. I don't want to take away from his achievements, his accomplishments. Do you see what I mean? He did what he had to do, yeah, to make way for Dave and Fredo to, just persevere by not toning down their sound and stuff like that. So, and it's nice to see that, the scene has come this far where they don't have to compromise their art. Not saying that Tiny Temper compromised his art, because I don't know his intentions for certain situations. I don't know. I don't know. But there was a phase where there was enough artists, enough rappers, enough MCs, especially from the grime scene, that went into the commercial scene and they end up watering down their sound. And you see what I'm saying? So anyway, and that is actually case in point, because money can't buy happiness, and it's literally selling your soul when you think about it. If it's something you don't genuinely want to do, but you know that it's gonna acquire money, then sometimes you're just stuck in between what's that saying? Stuck in between a rock and a hard place. But anyway, I wrote down some notes, yeah. But if I was to go through this, then it's gonna be a long ass video, right? So I'm gonna try to keep it short and simple. Sonically, the music sounds good, yeah, sounds good. Now, I was gonna say Burn on Deck is a vibe, definitely a vibe. It is a vibe. Money Talks, come on, Back to Basics, Spaghetti, get me. Ready is as well. I like the song Ready because it had the sample of I wrote the notes down. Give me a second. There is a sample of the Fugees. Ready or not, here I come. You know that listen, like the sample is cold. The way they sampled it, and the sample is the same concept as the song. So I like that. I like when people sample something and it's literally the same concept. I like of the song, the original thing that they sampled. But funny thing is, which I should have wrote even more notes down to this, that song, Ready or Not by the Fugees, is also a sample as well. Or do you see what I mean? I can't remember who. If you do know who, leave that in the comment section below. But yeah, I feel like overall, I think this is a great album. Fredo did his thing. I feel like in this he was actually like compared to Third Avenue, yeah. And I don't see, this is what's so interesting about music sometimes. Some people say, oh, you can't do better than your first project, or whatever the case is. You can never outdo your first project or your first album. But he did. Fredo outdid Third Avenue. Like, for me personally, this is his best body of work. This is his best body of work. He's done, this is better than Third Avenue. I'm just saying that. I'm saying that. I'm going to say again. Money Can't Buy Happiness. This album is better than Third Avenue. Do you see what I mean? And the funny thing is, this was released on the same day as Chip's mixtape as well. So these two are going to be competing for number one. They're competing for the top spot. But anyway, there was one more thing I'm going to mention in regards to this as well. Oh wait, yeah. So money can't buy happiness. Well, the truth is, yeah. As usual, I'll take one second in context of our context. It is what it is. But in regards to the actual album title, "Money Can't Buy Happiness," I genuinely believe that is false. All right. But he said something where, no, where is it? I'm trying to think what he said. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I can't remember, but I'm looking at the notes. Okay, yeah. He says in one of the end of the song, he mentions, um, in fact, he mentions music um came as a blessing, but then he also mentions towards the end about money. Yeah, so can money buy happiness? Yeah, so he asking that question, and then he says, "No, you can't go to the shop and buy a bar of happiness." Now I understand that bar, and I get that bar, and I literally understand it. But the reality is this: yeah, happiness is a so like it's an emotion. Yeah, so it's sort of like a bar. It's weird. Like I really want to say it's weird is because instead of like buying a bar, like think about it, if you're gonna buy in fact, why do you think with most things that you buy, yeah, it's when you're being sold to, they're using emotive words. They use it like even with a bar of chocolate, think about how they say, oh, it makes you feel. Yeah. You see what I mean? Like I'm looking at this wrapper, yeah. Yeah, speaking of chocolate, it says, okay, I can't see, it says same great taste. So they probably added new something to it, but then they said same great taste. Do you see what I mean? That's a feeling. Taste. Do you see what I mean? Great. Great is a feeling because you want it to taste as a feeling. Great is a feeling. Do you see what I mean? Because you want to feel great. Like, do you see how mad it is? Like, I'm not mad, but do you see how interesting it is? How intriguing it is? So, and great is linked to your happiness as well. So if I was like buying that, naturally, in fact, this is the first time I've actually seen that. Actually, let's be real. I'll be real. That's the first time I've seen it. But I know how it makes me feel when I eat it, which is kind of weird. Like when I eat it, it makes me feel good. Good is another emotive word or a feeling that is linked to happiness. Do you see what I mean? So in a way, you can buy happiness. That's why I'm saying you can buy happiness. But you got to remember, regardless of any emotion, that shit is temporary. That's why I always suggest just be productive with your time. That's it. When you're productive with your time, things are a lot more. I won't even say easier, but you won't be chasing happiness. Like if happiness comes, if your happiness within a moment, cool. If you're not, you're not. I'd rather just be like blasé, like alright, cool. You know what I mean? Cool. Like some people be like, oh, you don't smile a lot, blah blah blah. But I do smile from time to time, but you know what I mean? More time I understand the game, you know, I understand the game of life. And sometimes, you know, for me as well, it's like do you know what I mean? Like it's temporary. Do you know what I mean? Like it's nothing about not having feelings, not being not having emotions. It's just understanding that like what's happiness gonna do? Other than yes, it is a level of frequency that's gonna attract more happiness as well. But when that's something that you when that's something that makes you happy is taken away, guess what happens? It's gonna make you sad. When that makes you sad and makes you depressed, then you're unproductive. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's rather to just be in the middle. You're good. Get me? So if it gets taken away from you, yeah, you would know how to react. If it adds to your thing, you will know how to react because you're staying literally in the middle. So again, money literally can buy happiness, but happiness is just an emotion that's usually temporary. Yeah, so you want to stay not content, but you want to stay in the middle. Yeah, the only way for you to do that is learn how to deal with your emotions and your problems effectively. So if you click the link in the description box below, you will get access to online courses such as roles and relationships. No, not that course, but that course is very handy anyway. So you can do that if you want. But the link to do with the course to do with healthcare, that's where you're going to learn all of that information right there. So if you've got any other suggestions, any other topics you'd like us to discuss, leave that in the comment section below. As you can tell, I'm going to give this album a 10 out of 10. Fredo did a good job. Dave obviously did a good job executively produced, being an executive producer. I wonder if he's going to executively produce other artists as well. That would be very interesting to know and see. And yeah, it's good to hear. It's good that he's able to utilize that skill as well at his age as well. You know what I mean? Like I say, at his age, the guy's a genius. I think even Stormzy said it. He's a genius. So like, but yeah, he's a genius. But Stormzy also said he's the king of grime. But yeah, we won't even get into that. This ain't about Stormzy. This ain't even about Dave. This is about Fredo. Fredo did a good job. Yeah, did a good job. 10 out of 10. Get me? Like he did a good job. That's all I can say. And sometimes let's go back to basics. And I think that's what he did. He went back to basics in terms of knowing what he knows he's good at. Do you see what I mean? And he started that, did his thing. Yeah, and there was something else that he mentioned, but to do with meeting Dave's brother in jail or something like that before he have it linked up with Dave, which is very interesting. That's why in life you always got to be open-minded and learn new stuff and connect with other people, but still be vigilant because you never know. No, be vigilant in terms of being aware of what other opportunities can come to you that is for you. Because Fredo did say music came to him. To see what I mean? So, and it saved him basically. So you got any other suggestions, any topics you'd like for us to discuss, leave it in the comment section below. The link to the album is in the description box below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification because you never know, the video you suggest might just be next.